What's up, guys? It's your most loved Power Skelly here, King of Godzilla, and today we're back with another video, and this time, this is going to be our first 2v2. This 2v2 will consist of Monster Zero, or Legendary Ghidorah from Godzilla King of the Monsters, versus Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. Or not versus, Monster Zero and Mechagodzilla versus Legendary Godzilla and Kong. Let's start off with the stats. Monster Zero stands at a height of 521 feet and weighs 141,056 tons. His powers and abilities include gravity beam, physical strength, durability, speed and reaction speeds, energy absorption. Is that all, Manic? Or am I missing anything else?
Hmm.
Is that it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Moving on to Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla stands at a height of 400 feet, and his weight is unknown. Um, his powers and abilities include physical strength, rockets, durability, speed and reaction speed, jet propulsors, tail drill, proton scream. I remember correctly. And he can also and he also has what are those things called on boats? Propellers. Those like
Propellers,
those boat propellers. Yeah. And then moving on to Godzilla. Godzilla stands at a height of 393 feet and weighs 99,634 tons. His powers and abilities include atomic breath, physical strength, durability, speed and reaction speeds. What else? Hold up. Alpha Call. He has that, and that's. Oh yeah, and radiation absorption, and a burning state, but we're not allowing burning state or thermo, I call it. Okay, so and then last but not least, we have Kong. Kong stands at a height of 334 feet, weighs 55,000 tons. His powers and abilities include having an axe, physical strength, durability, speed and reaction speeds, and intelligence. Oh yeah, intelligence also goes to all of them as well. So, and that should be it, right? And he also can make weapons out of like stuff surrounding him.
Yeah.
Alright, man. Okay, so yeah, just based off of that, before I start off with like any of the feats and everything, who do you think wins the fight, Manic?
I think the heroes win.
You think Godzilla
like
and Kong wins?
Because literally they could just take out MG21 like that. Because literally MG21, literally all Godzilla should use just like they should just stand there, shoot his breath, and focus on the MZ. And the reason why that is because he MG21 died to a 50% charge axe. Like he got absolutely obliterated. Oh.
And it was already stated that Adam Wingard, if Godzilla was at full power, he would have beat Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, like he would absolutely dominate him.
Yeah, so
he doesn't even have to use his hands. Like he has to use his breath.
Just his breath, one hit, and he's dead. But yeah, Kong's also the fastest between both of them.
Yeah. Because like.
And Godzilla's atomic breath, since it has that Chernobyl light feat, it should be like about the speed of light.
Oh, Mechagodzilla's breath should be light speed since it's a laser.
Yeah. Okay. I also agree that Godzilla and Kong could win, but I also have arguments for the enemy team to win. So I'm gonna start off with the stats for Monster Zero.
The only thing MZ carries. Monster Zero carries.
He does. He's the strongest between the two. So I'm gonna start off with the stats. Or not the stats, the feats. So Monster Zero, he could create shockwaves with Godzilla, and the first small one, you would need 5 newtons, and if you want to create a big one, you need 1,000 G-force. Ghidorah's heads, two of his heads could hold a 39,043-ton Titan Rodan in place in the sky. Ghidorah's wings could break through ice. Ghidorah was able to choke Godzilla, and his head could slam a 99,634-ton Godzilla onto the ground. His wings could squash buildings with little to no effort, and he can lift 70% of additional weight, and was able to carry Godzilla to the edge of the stratosphere. His durability and regeneration, he is immune to gunfire and the oxygen destroyer and does not require oxygen. Can be annoyed by missiles, but the missiles can bounce off his wings. Ghidorah gets pushed through a building and onto the ground and shrugs it off. He shrugs off Godzilla's amped atomic breath in Boston. He lived for thousands of years frozen in the ice in Antarctica. He regenerates the left head Kevin quickly due to Ghidorah's alien nature. The middle head Ichi can survive without a body. And a limit, he can survive. He can survive one or two heads being ripped off the body. Another limit is he can survive a few thermonuclear pulses from Godzilla. His gravity beams can cause electronics to not work in the area. The gravity beams can push back a 99,634-ton Titan Godzilla down a cliff. One gravity beam can beat Rodan. Ghidorah's gravity beams can destroy buildings. 3 of Ghidorah's gravity beams killed Mothra. Ghidorah's beams are calced. Here are some calcs for it. I scaled it to Godzilla's breath because it should scale to it. 26.27 gigatons per second, which would be island level. That's the low ball. The mid ball would be 8.119 teratons, which total output, which is country. Consistent high end would be 4.9 petatons per second, which is multicontinental, and extremely not consistent high end, which would be 55.98 exatons, which is moon level. Energy absorption. Monster Zero can absorb and drain the energy of Boston power grid to make his attack stronger and amped. And he can drain the nuclear energy from Godzilla after Mothra sacrificed herself. Storms can generate storms the second he is free from the ice in Antarctica. At first, they thought it was a tropical storm until it changed directions and moves faster than a storm can. It takes 340 gigatons of TNT to create a storm, which would be island level. And the storms are later said, and Ghidorah storms are later said to be Category 6 hurricanes. And another ability he has is an alpha call to wake up all the Titans around the world. Moving on to Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla can ragdoll a 99,634-ton Titan Godzilla around Hong Kong. His punches can harm and hurt Godzilla and drain his durability. His kicks can harm and hurt Godzilla, also draining his durability. His tail can pierce into a Titan's skin, bone, and flesh and kill them. His durability, he can tank attacks from Godzilla and from Kong and Godzilla. He can take Godzilla ramming into him. He can take a few blows from Kong's supercharged axe, and he was rammed into a building onto the ground and shrugged it off. His proton scream for a low ball, I calculated it to be 7.952 teratons, which is country level. A mid ball would be 4.6 petatons, which would be multicontinental. A high ball would be 48.71 exatons, which would be moon level, and can overpower Godzilla's weakened atomic breath. His speed, he can without the jet propulsors, he can move 472 miles per hour, and with the jet propulsors, he can move 579 miles per hour. His intelligence is he's programmed to learn all of Godzilla's attacks. He's made to kill every living Titan, and he has a memory of Kevin, which is Ghidorah's left head. Moving on to Godzilla. So, Godzilla has telepathic communication. He trains. His dorsal plates can split battleships in half by swimming in chops, and his dorsal plates can chop off the Memuto's leg. His tail can pose 141,056-ton Titan Ghidorah. Flipped over a boat that is between 80,000 to 203,000 tons and possibly 303,000 tons. When he runs on all fours, it's 513 miles per hour. He shakes the airport with a single step. Walks through the Golden Gate Bridge, which weighs 887,000 tons. Picks up the FEMA Muto by the throat, and she weighs 76,056 tons. Pushes the FEMA Muto through a building, and she weighs 76,056 tons. His foot can pin down the FEMA Muto, who again weighs 76,056 tons. He swings around the male Muto with his jaws, who weigh 19,000 tons. And he headbutts Muto Prime underwater, which pushes her, and she weighs 135,000 to 145,000 tons. His tail can push Muto Prime away, who weighs 135,000 to 145,000 tons. He can create shockwaves with Ghidorah, and the small one, you would need 5 newtons, and a huge one would be 1,000 G-force. Godzilla can pick up and slam Ghidorah's head into the ice, causing electrical tower to get knocked over. Godzilla's bite can bring 141,056 ton Titan underwater. Godzilla's bite can rip off Ghidorah's head. You can throw King Ghidorah, who weighs 151,056 tons. Knocks Ghidorah through a building, then onto the ground, and he weighs 141,056 tons. In burning form, he can stomp right through a 141,056 ton Titan. His durability is that he can tank tanks and artillery fire to the gills. Shrugs off 222,500 ton building falling on him. Survives a Castle Bravo nuke, which was 15 megatons, which would be city level. Gets punched by Muto Prime, who can create earthquakes and break fault lines, and survives. Which can be calced at a highball to be 19 exatons. He survives Ghidorah's gravity beams, which are hotter than the surface of the sun, which is 10,000 degrees. He survives from being pushed into a cliff and crawls back out. He can survive the sonic roar from Musha Prime, which can break the dorsal plates at a certain frequency. He survives the oxygen destroyer, which for a low ball, which would be 156 gigatons, which is large island. A mid ball would be 132.64 teratons, which is large country. A high ball would be 7.623 petatons, which is multi-continental.
Wait. How hot are MG's beams?
How hot are MZ's beams? They're hotter than the surface of the sun. Since if we're using if I remember correctly, from what I've been taught and what I've seen, lightning strikes can in fact be hotter than the surface of the sun.
Like, and do you know the temperature of the surface?
For the surface of the sun?
Because do you want to use Fahrenheit, Celsius?
I'm using Fahrenheit for the degrees of the sun, the surface of it.
And then it's 9,000, so it's close to 10,000, so you can just round it up.
Yeah. So his gravity beam and Godzilla could tank that amount of heat. He can absorb powers of nukes. He tanks Ghidorah, choking him with his bites to the neck and being slammed onto the ground. He survives the fall from the stratosphere and survives the heat of re-entry, which is multi-continental. He survives the exploding axe, which is 288.97 gigatons nuclear pulse explosion to the mouth, which is the axe. 744. That's low ball. The mid ball for the explosion would be 744 gigatons, which would be island level. And the high ball would be 9 teratons, which is a multi-continental attack. For his atomic breath, a weakened atomic breath can burn the female Muto's outer skin, which can survive the stomps and bites and claw attacks from Godzilla. Atomic breath can decapitate the female Muto if shot down the throat. Atomic breath can kill Shinomura, whose cells can create itself if one cell survives something. Atomic breath can knock back Muto Prime, who weighs 135,000 to 145,000 tons. The atomic breath destroys a monarch facility. Atomic breath can part the clouds, and the clouds have a mass of 945 billion, 305,000, and 229.465 kilograms. The atomic breath can push back Ghidorah, who weighs 141,056 tons. After the amp, his breath can still incinerate Ghidorah's head. For a low ball, we already talked about this. Well, for Ghidorah, but his gravity beam scale to the same as Godzilla. So a low ball would be 26.27 gigatons per second, which would be island level. The mid ball would be 8.119 teratons, which would be country. Consistent high end would be 4.9 petatons per second, which is multi-continental. Extremely not consistent high end, which would be 55.98 exatons, which is moon. Atomic breath speed atomic breath speed mid ground would be Mach 83.01, which is high to hypersonic.
Actually, his breath speed is relative to light.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get to that in just a second. And another calc you could use for the atomic breath mid ground would be Mach 87,403. And his atomic breath has Chernobyl radiation, which is a light speed calc. And another thing, we're not going to include this, but I'm going to just go over it because it's part of Godzilla. His burning form or thermonuclear. In a burning form, he can send 100 not in burning form, like after his like dorsal plate shattered from Muto Prime, his pulses can send 135,000, 145,000 ton Muto Prime flying in the air. Thermonuclear Godzilla reaches 659 exatons of TNT, which is a small planet, made everything around him catch on fire, meaning he would need to be 600 degrees or higher. And moving on to Kong. Kong, for strength, he opens the door and it has and it would require 1,631,570 tons of force. In Skull Island, he threw a Boeing CH-47 Chinook, which weighs 25 tons. He picked up a tree and used it and also stripped it down, and the tree weighs 28.36 tons. He could wrestle with the baby skull crawlers, who weigh 40 tons, and the skull double, who weighs 100 tons. Kong picked up a boulder which weighs 235.92 tons. Kong's punches can strike with 75 gigatons, which is eye level. Kong throws a tree at a Boeing CH-47 Chinook and hits it. Destroys a Boeing CH-47 Chinook with the stomp of his foot. Picks up the ground and sends a man flying into the Boeing CH-47 Chinook. Tears the Boeing CH-47 Chinook in half. Kills the Mire Squid with one stomp. Pries open the Skull Double's jaws. Catches the Skull Double by his throat. Breaks free of chains from an SS Wanderer boat. Uses the ship propeller to grapple into the Skull Double's skin and bring the Skull Double closer. Tears out the Skull Double's tongue. Can break a heave which can survive an island level attack. The axe can injure Godzilla and cause a mini nuclear pulse. He can hurt Mechagodzilla with his punches. The charge axe can destroy Mechagodzilla. In one scene, Kong picks up Godzilla with one hand, and Godzilla weighs 99,634 tons. He's able to fight with Godzilla underwater, and the axe can absorb the atomic breath. Durability: he can't be injured by gunfire, but it can sting him. A Boeing CH-47 Chinook blade cuts Kong's arm, but he was fine. He survives a napalm blast, which is 2,500 Celsius. Survives attacks from Godzilla. Survives an 11.47 gigaton hollow with vortex, which is an island level feat. Survives attacks from Mechagodzilla while weakened. Can tank attacks from Skull Double and survives a hit from Godzilla's atomic breath. Speed and agility. He jumps over a Boeing CH-47 Chinook, which moves at 188 miles per hour. He jumps from cliff to cliff. He catches up to a Boeing CH-47 Chinook. Can dodge attacks from Godzilla's and his atomic breath. He can block Godzilla's atomic breath, which moves at Mach 80 through 120, meaning he had to move the axe 6,210 meters per second, and that would be Mach 18. He can dodge attacks from Mechagodzilla and can dodge attacks from the Skull Devil. So yeah, that's all.
Hold on.
So yeah, that's a lot. Hold up.
I just got some to you. Don't worry.
Hold up. Okay, so Manic, due to what I just said, have you changed your pick or no?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I also haven't changed mine. So, I think how the fight would play out, Godzilla would just beat up Mechagodzilla in a one-on-one fight. Just obliterate him with the one atomic breath shot. Shoot an atomic breath, it hits him, he's dead.
All he has to do is just stand there and shoot his breath, then he's dead, then just focus on MCU.
Yeah.
All he has to do.
And then if that was somehow hard enough for him, he would just call in Kong, and he would just charge up Kong the axe, and then Mecha would get obliterated by it. I mean, you saw what a 50% charged axe could do to him.
And that's just half of his energy.
Yeah, imagine what 100% of power could do. But yeah, so continuing on, and then after they would kill Mecha, they would probably kill Ghidorah. Ghidorah would probably try and intervene in the fight with them fighting against Mechagodzilla. He would probably target Kong since he wouldn't be the most durable, but Kong could definitely dodge his gravity beam since he can dodge Godzilla's atomic breath, which is light speed. So he can definitely dodge Ghidorah's gravity beams. Even if the gravity beam hit Godzilla, Godzilla would survive it and then keep attacking Mechagodzilla. And then he would go on and attack Ghidorah, and then, he would be dead in a 2v1 fight. But now, if they all 1v1 each other, Like if Godzilla would beat Mechagodzilla in a one-on-one. It's already been stated. Kong up against Ghidorah. That's a good matchup though. But Ghidorah would win due to his alien hybrid nature and his regeneration and him surviving much more attacks than Kong could, and his skin being more durable. But and then it would probably go down to a one-on-one between Godzilla and Ghidorah, but Godzilla would probably win because he's stronger.
Bro, like how far are they gonna start away from each other? Like or
I mean, it wouldn't really matter that much.
kind of would since
I
they're
mean, I
far
mean,
apart. They're far apart. Then yeah, Godzilla stomps. All he has to do is shoot his breath. But even still, if they're up close, they would still sound like a.
so
And then
what were you saying? Okay, so what were you saying? I wasn't paying attention because my brother was talking to me.
if they're far away, Godzilla can just shoot his breath and just absolutely destroy them and focus on MZ. And even if they're up close, I'm pretty sure he'd still do the same. Even if they're up close.
That could be the starting range of it.
So yeah, since we're which version? He's in G21, right?
Yeah, we're not allowing amps.
Pre Boston amp. MG,
Yeah,
yeah.
pre-boss and amp for Ghidorah.
So yeah, pre G20. Well, base Godzilla and base Ghidorah they scale to each other.
Yeah, and if G21's a
And
bit is stronger than base 2019 Godzilla, then he should be able to be stronger than
eh,
Ghidorah. Not
well,
not not by a whole
he's
lot, but he's just a bit stronger.
not.
Okay, we keep going.
There's no reason he should be because he didn't get any. It's just base.
That's true.
Colin kind of scale.
Wow,
Kind of scales.
we got a Titanus Road and a low killer. All right.
Like Colin kind of scales.
Kinda.
I'm not saying he scales, kind of.
Yeah.
It's
But
like Godzilla could know some of MG's like his fighting style. He's been fighting for
yeah.
years.
I mean, and he already
Like he
knows
could
Ghidorah's
just
fighting style. I mean, they've been fighting since like the ancient times.
and Godzilla can just charge Kong's axe and yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so overall, that's how both of us think the fight would go. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments on who would win, and I'll see all you nerds in the next one. See ya!